Hello, guys. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natasha.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Welcome, welcome.
Hello, y'all.
Okay, today we're doing an entertainment vomit. We have about 1,000 tabs open in our brains, and a lot of them are entertainment news. So we just figured we would just throw up on y'all. So before we start, I have to tell y'all about this. Favorite son number 2, Connor, told me, Mom, you have to watch HBO's The Last of Us. It's a video. It's adapted from a video game. I'm not a gamer. I've never heard of this. Okay.
Connor's great at getting you turned on to stuff.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay. But I watched it because I told him I would. And it's a zombie apocalypse, a whole situation. But I'm in it now. I'm invested. But on a recent episode, y'all, Nick Offerman, a.k.a. Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec.
Where's all my previous sexiest man alive this week?
All my Parks and Rec people. Yes. Now, my Parks and Rec, that's a mindless, just on background music. I just love Parks and Rec for that. It's a non-thinking, But if you know Nick Offerman, a.k.a. Ron Swanson, he plays the same part no matter what he's in. To me, that's who he is. He's just a burly, woodworking, manly man. Okay, in The Last of Us, he was a gay romantic fighting zombies, and I'm not over it.
I'm so interested.
I am not over it, y'all. I felt like I was living in some kind of parallel universe. Like, he's still Ron Swanson, but he's doing the things, gun loving, woodworking, he's fixing stuff, but he's fighting zombies, and he's being super romantic to his husband.
I'm for it.
Beam me up, Scotty.
First off, I want to say thank you to Connor, because Connor gets you to watch the things that I can't get you to watch.
He did.
I'm so happy. Connor, please make her watch Intergalactic. I'm just going to put that out there.
I started that. I did start it, and then something happened. I turned it, but it's on my continue.
And it's not fair because I did watch Trying.
Okay, I'm going to.
But this seems like a must watch. It's like him, but an adaptation of him.
Okay, you know what the problem was? Y'all took me too fast. You know that joke about the cats on the roof? It should have been that. Ron Swanson's on the roof. Prep me.
No.
Just get me ready. You
wouldn't have believed it if we told you.
And then when I saw, it's like, okay. But it was just, it just blew my mind, y'all.
She's like,
blew my mind.
What now?
I know. I was like, okay, wait. But it was a great episode, but it just really worked me. And he's only in the one, but that was enough. I mean, it was like,
it was good.
It was amazing. Okay, so I'm done with that. We both watched You People and loved it.
Loved it. Jonah Baby Daddy. Loved it. I thought it was so cute.
So funny. And it was funny. Y'all hear Nelson. I'm sorry. Eddie Murphy was not funny. He was kind of the straight man.
Okay. So, I have an affection for people who are kind of typecast and pocketed as only funny men doing things that are not, not their traditional or stereotypical role. He had some kind of funny about him, but by and large, he was not the funny man.
No, he wasn't
at all.
Which I enjoyed that.
And
I enjoyed
the fact that they brought in Dion Cole, who we all know is crazy to the second part. He cracks me up. Mike Epps
was hilarious.
The way he kept calling him his real name.
Yes. Woody.
Yeah. Well, my mama named you Woody.
It was such a great depiction of Black culture.
It was. It was.
If you're a Black person, if you know, you know.
Yes.
But it was.
If you've been to the cookout, you've met all of these characters.
Some Jewish people have taken some issues with Jonah Hill, saying that he's self-loathing in the movie, and your opinions and your feelings are your feelings. So I mean, I'm not. You're entitled to that.
To those, yeah.
But He is kind of self-deprecating in the movie, which I find totally charming. I do.
Mm-hmm.
And most people that I know that are like that, it's really to make you comfortable.
Yes.
Because a lot of times self-deprecating people are very accomplished.
Yes. And they're usually watering themselves down a little bit so that they can flow with you.
Yes.
Typically.
So you can digest it.
Yes.
It's not really for their
It's not for them. It's for
right,
you.
Right. And then who wants to hear about how much money you have
or what
kind of car you drive? You know.
And the thing was, so Jonah Hill was kind of a hopeless romantic in a way. Like he was very open about like wanting to be in a relationship and wanting that next step. And then his co-host on their podcast,
which we loved,
name was Mo, and Mo was like, "Oh my God, like you were giving me, what was it, Drake? Like she had these different Drake examples.
Oh, yeah.
I need you to be
BDE. Yeah. Well, it was from his album.
Loverboy Drake. Yes. I mean,
so cute.
I loved it.
I did too. And the other thing I loved about it, it's not Bridgerton. There's not all this sexual heat.
No, I don't think that Lauren London is ready for that.
Clothes off. Mm-mm. But I love that.
I did too.
Because
it was realistic.
It was realistic. And everybody's not that way.
Right.
I mean, everybody's not having sex.
Everybody ain't a gazebo.
Right.
Getting ate out under the wisteria plants. But this is not it.
I'm going to tell you this. Jonah Hill had this look that he would look at her, and it was this look, not a lustful look, not a I'm seeing you naked look, but this longing, this beautiful,
he killed it,
winsome longing that was so beautiful.
It was. He killed it.
And something about that, and it made me think about back in the day. You know, your mom, your grandmother, like my mom. You know, something going on with them too. Nobody's saying anything, but they could just. It's just I saw him looking at her.
Yep.
So it was kind of that thing.
Yeah.
And he would look at her. I really longing was the only way I could. It was perfection.
It was
perfection. I thought, oh my gosh, he is doing it with this look.
So hilarious.
So it was so cute.
It was so cute. I loved it, and we read the blog by a Jewish individual, and they stated the issues that they took with it. But I think my takeaway was, and we all have this. There's something about it, like. If you are a woman with really big feet and then like in your family, there are other women with big feet, y'all can make fun of it. But someone that wears size 6 better not say a damn thing. You know what I mean? Lisa and I both happen to be fair-skinned Black women. So if we make a joke, it's okay. But it's not okay for someone who is not in that inner circle to make a joke. And I think that was a lot of the film. Like even within the Black family,
culture.
It was Black culture.
It was about Black
and
culture.
it was the clash, the inevitable clash of mixing very Black culture with Jewish culture.
Yes.
That's what it was. Like that's the spin on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Right.
And I liked it.
Yeah,
I personally.
Well, the thing is, write a Jewish point of view movie.
If that's what you want.
I mean, really, that's what it comes down to.
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just that I'm Black and I could identify.
Yeah.
When he called that man Woody about 7 times, I was like, "What is wrong with Mike Epps?" Like,
it was funny.
It was good. It was feel good. I think we've talked about this. Lisa is not biracial. I happen to be biracial. And I have a dad whose whole thing is chocolate Black women. It is what it is. And Jonah, it's so funny to me because like watching it from that angle, my dad had like nothing in common with my mom, nothing at all. And here they are 40 plus years later, still living their best life.
Yeah.
And so I guess that part of it too, for me was like a big deal because that is how my dad looks at my mom.
Yeah. Opposites attract.
They do.
That's really what it was about.
So you saw a Black woman in an inexpensive car and you think I'm your Uber driver? I was
look, she really does look like you.
Oh, damn. She does look like
so me. Funny. It was so cute. So if you haven't seen it, you want a good laugh.
It's worth it.
Watch it.
It's worth it.
And you won't, if you have older kids or parents, that you would be uncomfortable watching some real sexy thing with,
then you could do this.
You could watch this one.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's one. And I say older kids because there's cussing and stuff. So, you don't want littles, but it's a cute show. Also, Jonah Hill has a documentary on Netflix called Stutz. and he produced it and directed it about his therapist, Dr. Phil Stutz. And, they discuss helpful tips for mental health. And Jonah is very open about his own issues and struggles. And it's really interesting. So that's another one that you can watch if you are loving Jonah Hill like we are right now. Another Netflix deal that's out is Your Place or Mine.
Yes.
With Reese Witherspoon and Ashton Kutcher. Oh, and Jesse Williams, Grey's Anatomy.
He is in that.
He's in it, y'all, looking so cute. Nice. And what I loved about this one is they were most of the movie, 99.9% of the movie, they were in different places.
Right. So weren't they like best friends?
Yeah, they're best friends. Kind of, you love each other and then you realize you love each other. That type of premise. But so it's kind of a split screen thing, when they're talking. And so that was kind of novel. I kind of did like that.
Okay.
And it's another one. No Bridgerton. Nobody's ripping off clothes. Okay. Nobody's, and I'm liking that.
I feel like if you're in the stage of life I'm in where you have littles, then those kind of, that's it. Cause you can kind of distract them for a minute or, and you can watch it. Like you can have a date night where if they barge in, you're not trying to explain.
Right. And
what's
cover
happening.
up the TV.
Yes,
right.
Like,
yeah.
That's
very cute. Reese is rom-com queen. So, she's adorable in it. And it's, I give it 2 thumbs up. Anything else on Netflix? Okay. On Apple TV, there is a really sweet show for your kids. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. It's animated. Not real action-y. It's not Transformer superhero action-y like that. It's very sweet and gentle. And you will get as much out of it as your kids because it's kind of deep.
Okay. Is this one of those multi-levels where the kids get it on one level, but you get it on another?
So sweet. So a couple of my favorite lines, the mole asks the little boy, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And the little boy says, "Kind," which is so sweet. And the mole says, "Nothing beats kindness. It sits quietly behind all things." I seriously, I'm crying when I'm watching it. It's adorable. This is a good one. So if you need a soft, sweet before you go to bed type thing,
and this is a good calm show.
It is. It's to talk about kindness, and it speaks about home and friendship and all those lovely things. So good one for your kiddos. Ted Lasso. Yay! Season 3 premiere.
Do you understand?
Wednesday, March 15th on Apple Plus.
So I have a friend who is also a listener. We've known each other, 20 plus years. And her name is Hattie. So she tried to get me to watch Ted Lasso. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then Lisa was like, you need to watch Ted Lasso. And I was like, why are you all ganging up on me? And this is you all know I like anime. I don't do human people stuff. But so they've got me on a few good shows. Ted Lasso was one of them. And then we became Ted Lasso obsessed. So I don't know what time it was. I woke up to the text of, here you go. And I'm like, what is this? So I click it. And of course it's Roy. And I'm like, wait, I haven't seen this scene. And I've seen every Ted Lasso. So then I texted to Lisa. I'm like, it's happening. So March 15th.
If you have not
mark your watched Ted if you've Lasso. Ever loved yourself for a moment, watch Ted Lasso.
If you need a warm hug.
It is a warm hug. Okay, it's a little speculation here. A little. And I could be so wrong, guys. But, the way that this was written by Jason Sudeikis, when he was on SNL, this was a skit, right? This was one of his skits that he brought to the table. And this has been expanded upon primarily, by him. And to my understanding, it was written for 3 seasons.
That's what I've heard.
That it was written for 3 seasons.
We don't know yet. Though.
We don't know yet because now, another example is Schitt's Creek. Even though it gained super traction, and much fandom, they ended it the way it was written. He was like, this was the end. This was what I wrote. And they did not continue on. So I have been on pins and needles. Like, is this it with Ted Lasso? Because there's so many storylines. They could
There's
add
12 episodes.
Okay.
This season, which is more
than usual.
So maybe they just
they didn't
to
say,
tie up all the ends.
Yeah, they didn't say that it was the final season.
No, they haven't said.
They haven't said, but
we'll
it very well could be. But I have some hope because they didn't say.
I understand that.
I do too.
Of going out on top, and I'm an advocate for that.
I am
not staying past your welcome. But, of course we would miss it, but I totally understand if that's what they decide to do.
Please.
I can't wait though.
Do yourself a favor. I did not want to watch it. I got sucked in. I sucked my husband in. I sucked my kids in. Baby, everybody is team Ted Lasso. And my daughter calls Roy the angry man. He's funny, the angry man.
He is, isn't he?
He is angry.
So funny.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Okay. Now, though everything we've talked heretofore is no heat, but this is going to be heat, I think.
I know what this is.
Netflix's Queen Charlotte, which is a Bridgerton prequel.
Oh, yes.
So it will be the queen in Bridgerton, her love story with the king, how she met the king, how their marriage, their early years.
Was their casting not impeccable?
Oh my gosh, y'all, the king.
Baby, the king is giving me
all kind of feels.
How old was he? So I don't feel, like I'm robbing any cradles.
Got it going on. They had what was it, 12 or 13 or something kids. So, and I see
literally
why.
a dozen or more kids. They even joked about running out of names.
See why. Amazingly cute.
Yes.
Okay. So that's coming up. Premieres May. Everything's coming May 4th.
Between March and May, we're good.
We're good. We're going to have plenty. Okay. This warms my heart, y'all.
Which one is this?
Okay. Y'all know I love Sam Heughan. Jamie Fraser from Outlander.
Oh, yes, guys, this is good.
He is in a new rom-com with Priyanka Chopra.
Listen, guys, before you say that pineapple don't go on pizza, let me because just hearing, now I think she is gorgeous. But hearing it,
both of them are gorgeous.
They're both gorgeous, but they don't seem to go together.
Yes.
And yet pineapple does belong on pizza in this case.
All day long.
Lisa sends me this video, and we are infamous for sending videos with absolutely no context. It's like, figure
it out.
And you know what? You better love me enough to know what I mean. Like, we're really bad about, you're a psychic, figure it out. So she sends me a video, no context. I'm watching it. And I'm just like, okay, da-da-da. Oh, wait, because her husband is actually in the film as well. So I'm like, okay. And then...
But not as the main
no,
interest.
Not as the main love interest. I'm loving the story. I'm really digging the storyline is that her boyfriend passed away. And she, as a way of coping and dealing with the grief, she texted her boyfriend's phone number that he had when he passed away. So of course, at some point, this number gets assigned to someone else. And so suddenly, in my head, Jamie Fraser, he gets this phone from work and he's like, I have a cell phone. They're like, well, yeah, this is your work phone. Here you go. You have to activate it. Let us know if you need any help. So he starts getting these texts regularly from this unknown person who they are texting their deceased boyfriend's old number. And it's so, if you've ever lost someone and just really missed them, I remember when my grandmother passed away, one day I was really down and I just automatically dialed the number. I don't even know how I remembered it. Like, dialed like a landline number. And just started
we used to have to remember. We used to have to remember phone numbers.
What was the
they
area code?
Stored.
They weren't, and I hung up the phone when someone answered and I just bawled because it wasn't her. Yeah. That wasn't the person on the other end. It wasn't anyone in my family.
People call to hear the
voice message.
Say,
yes.
Please leave your,
And so it was so, if you've ever missed someone, it makes perfect sense.
And it's kind of
how they come together is,
you've got male premise.
It is
kind of, sort of.
It's like the newer I didn't even think about this.
So they're falling in love over these texts.
Yes.
Well, he is. Because, of course, he's not texting her back.
No,
the guy's supposed to be dead.
So he's not saying anything. And he's just, at first he's like, what the heck? And then he grows to enjoy getting the text over time. And so
he's beginning to see who she is,
yes,
as a person,
yes, as a person,
and falling
because
in love
she's
with
sending
her,
unfiltered
sight
messages.
unseen.
Yes, so she sends the number a message, and she's like, I'm doing it. I'm going to the opera tonight, and I'm going to wear that yellow dress. Which obviously this was something that her and the ex-boyfriend maybe had done or whatever. And so he's like, okay, I have to go put a face with a name, like with these text messages. And so he goes, they run into each other.
At first sight.
And it was just, she starts to come out of it. And it was really.
And Celine Dion is in it.
Baby, Celine Dion plays a huge role.
She plays herself.
She does.
And, and
I like
amazing.
It. Yeah.
And you know what? Sam Heughan, Jamie Fraser. We see him in that he's tough, swashbuckly, Outlander guy, and he's awesome in that.
And
this is different.
Yes.
It's different, and I love him in it. He's sweet. He's still so cute.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a much
handsome man.
Softer, not because he's soft in some ways.
Yes.
But Outlander.
I told Lisa, how soft can you be when someone's going to show up and slice your head off?
Do whatever. Yeah. Right. So, but this is a really different role.
I think we may go see this in theaters.
We
together.
should. May the 12th. It's in theaters. So, yes.
We need to go. This could be our Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day weekend. Yeah.
Well, hope my husband knows he's got the kids, because I will be going to see Jamie Fraser.
Okay. Sex Life 2.
Y'all know this is Lisa's
jam.
Is
coming out March 2nd, y'all.
And Lisa,
that's right around the corner.
It is. We've agreed to disagree. Lisa... Now, guys, we're not telling you anything you won't see if you Google the trailers, okay?
Yeah, the trailer's out. So just
this
go
is where we
check
get our
out.
information.
We don't know. We know nothing.
Lisa, I think you sent me the trailer, and she feels some kind of way. And I don't. I don't feel any kind of way.
I'm just like, I
felt
don't
like
know.
She was.
I want to see how it goes. Interested.
But trailers can be deceiving, because
they cherry pick and splice. And,
yes.
Yeah, it's not always what it looks like.
I think it's going to be really good.
Didn't see much of Brad in the trailer.
We didn't. Brad got a new girl. Y'all, Coop is giving me big D energy.
He is.
Maybe Coop and her didn't belong together.
Well, maybe they do. He's found a little something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. This, y'all, was a huge surprise. Bonnie Raitt won the Song of the Year Grammy for Just Like That. It was huge surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all don't know Bonnie Raitt, she's kind of a country, folk, bluesy type singer. Her father was a singer. And she goes, I'm sure she's working all the time, but she kind of goes a long time between hits.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Where you actually hear her on the radio. She did Something to Talk About, I Can't Make You Love Me. She wrote those.
Yes.
And she's written some other things for other artists.
Yes.
But the song she won the Grammy for was Just Like That. Okay, warning. First off, look it up.
You're going to be in your feels.
Get the one with the lyrics. You need the lyrics so you can understand what's going on. You need the lyrics. And it's a tearjerker. It is just a total unexpected, just, and how she can just convey what she conveyed with so few words.
And
it wasn't like a real
I
long
Can't Make
song.
You Love Me. Like, I heard that. That's one of the few songs that Prince has done.
Oh, did he do that?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
He did. And
so many people have.
That.
Yeah.
And if you know me, you know I'm a huge Prince fan. But I will listen to the Bonnie Raitt version and cry every single time. It is just so good.
She's got that. And in this song,
well, you sent me this song, and I'm like putting up dishes at night.
My daughter
crying.
was like, "Okay, so now I'm crying."
That was me. I was like, "Why? It's late at night."
And so that was news, though. It was a huge. She beat out Lizzo and Beyonce, and all kinds of.
It's well deserved.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Total. But it was not expected, and so because Harry Styles, Lizzo. Adele, so many people were up for that particular award. And that was the song of the year. I get so confused with the Grammys because there's like record of the year, there's album of the. It's like I'm not, but this was song of the year, and she won. So
congratulations!
Check that out.
Yeah,
it was a kind of a surprise, but very well deserved.
And we'll put up a link for it.
Yeah,
I'll put up a link
but when
for
you hear it, you'll understand why. It was amazing. Okay, up next, our picks for the sexiest man alive this week. But first, a message from our sponsor, BetterHelp.
During hard times, it can get really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to. Being alone with your thoughts can be an isolating feeling that can allow negativity to consume you.
This is why we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. So many people use BetterHelp that they are currently recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. That's betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee.
Okay, I want to know, we have a plethora of like sexy men to pick from based on this episode.
Just on what we talked about.
So I have two. So, I mean, I'm good. I've got two in mind, so hopefully you don't pick both of them.
Okay. I picked Jesse Williams.
Okay.
Who was Reese Witherspoon's love interest.
Outside of Ashton Kutcher.
Right, because they weren't together at first.
Right.
And she kind of was with Jesse for a hot minute and then realized that she
did have a thing. That kind of love.
So that kind
Ashton
of thing.
Kutcher.
But y'all know Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy. What was his name? Jackson Avery. And he is very dreamy. He's another McDreamy.
He is kind of dreamy.
And he's dreamy in this. And plays the same type of character.
Yes, he does.
He really does. Just a nice guy. Just a nice overall nice guy that doesn't think he's cute, which I love that. You know what I mean? He's not full of himself. Or so he seems.
So he seems.
We don't know. I don't know.
We don't know in real life.
But super
But that's
cute.
the vibe we're getting.
That's the vibe we're getting.
So I am going to pick the Jew with nothing to do. And if you know, you know, because you have to know what it is. So it's Jonah Hill. I like him.
I do too.
So I used to have a crush on him when they did Superbad. But again, funny is like the gateway to my
heart.
heart.
He's tatted up.
Now he is. He wasn't then. He had like one or two.
Y'all,
the Jew with
not my
nothing to
type.
do.
Not my type. But that look that we're talking about.
Wasn't it? And you know what? Okay, I hate
all the
man
feels.
buns. I have a feeling about fucking man buns. But for some reason, I could deal. It was the character. Do you know what I mean? Like, I loved the character.
Yeah. It wasn't even his hair. I don't know why they did it.
No, that is his hair.
Is it? Well, in the documentary with the doctor, he pulls it off, and he's got like a crew cut almost.
That's not even his hair?
You know.
See, okay.
I mean, it could be, but
but it's not.
I don't know why they.
Why they did that look?
Yeah, it didn't have to be because he's cuter actually
without it.
Yeah, it was still blonde. It was still dyed, but kind of spiky, and I mean, I didn't mind him either way.
I could take it.
You know,
I could take. And
but
I was shocked.
Look, Jonah can bring a little sexy heat with just the look.
And he's funny. Which is how he won over Lauren London.
So
hats off to you,
Jonah.
Okay, loves. Thank you for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Food for Coffee podcast wherever you are listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things. Until next time.
part of the Boundless Audio Podcast Network.